Welcome to Watch and Learn. Today we're going to continue quilting curves on Kristina's Blues Quilt. I'm Kim Sandberg and
I'm Kristina Whitney.
We're both studio educators here at Handi Quilter, and we are continuing the saga of the Blues Quilt. And continue us being the keyword of the day, I guess we could say.
Exactly. Yep. We are going to be using a technique called continuous curve.
I love it.
Okay. Some people call it orange peel, lots of different names. But yeah, we are going to do a few different styles,
I
guess
like
you
that.
could say.
Okay.
Different paths.
Okay.
So in our last episode, we talked about finding the path. We're going to do the same thing today using the continuous curve.
I love it.
And this is one of the most versatile designs out there.
I love it.
Yeah, it's great because once you have that pathway down, you can change the shape so it's not just a curve. You can put lines in there. I mean, there's so many different things. It's like endless possibilities.
As a matter of fact, you even did an entire series just based on this basic one. What did we call that one?
I think it was called the Grid Series.
The Grid Series, yeah.
Yeah.
So you can be sure and check out those videos if you want more inspiration on continuous curve.
Yeah, and the first one goes through the actual pathway. So if what we're doing today is a little bit quicker than you're able to follow along with, check out that video because we slow it down, we do some drawing. Yeah, and it's lots of fun. So,
all right, let's jump in. Yeah.
You beat me to it. I'm like, jump.
So which block are we working on today?
This is the most beautiful block in the entire quilt.
It's so little and just fun.
It's just odd.
I think it's great.
So we mentioned before that this was a combination of orphan blocks, blocks that I wanted to try out, just all sorts of stuff. So this one, I don't even know where it came from. To be honest, I don't think I even pieced this.
Was it just in that scrap bag?
It was in my stuff. So I'm like, oh, let's throw it in there.
Yeah.
So this one's a little bit tricky because the squares don't all line up.
Yeah.
Like this is a rectangle, this one's a square, this is a skinny square. So I'm going to follow the piecing on this one.
Okay.
And I'm going to use a little bit of a different pathway.
Okay.
Because they don't line up exactly.
Okay.
So let's
yeah.
bring the machine over here, make sure my thread is in there good.
My brain is trying to figure out the path you're going to do here because this is going to be a little different.
It is. So generally, when we're doing this, the pathway, and to be honest, I do it different every single time. But the pathway generally is to do your curves all the way across the top, come down one, and then serpentine along the bottom. But you can't do that because they're offset.
Right.
So here's what we're gonna do.
Okay.
I'll draw it out first with my finger and then we'll come back. So I'm gonna come across one and then I'm gonna jump down and catch this section here.
Okay.
I'm gonna come across, catch the down section.
Okay. Across,
catch the down section, across and down. Now I can go over, 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 over. And that whole section is done now.
Okay.
And I'll repeat the same thing, catching the down, catching the down. That's going to be a nice long one there. Catch the down, and then hopping over.
Okay.
And then when I get to the very bottom, then I'll come up the side.
Okay.
Okay, you ready for this?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I'm excited to see this path.
And I've got the micro foot on so I can see my points better. And so you guys can see a little bit better as well. And you know what? I just totally screwed up.
I'm like, you didn't do it the way you said you were, but you can actually
fix that.
You can add that little leg. I don't know what else to call it. You can add it in right now.
So I did that on purpose. That was a teaching technique.
It was a design choice.
but it shows you that there are so many different ways that you can do it. There's no exact right or wrong.
Right.
Okay, so I'm going to jump up and catch this part coming up and down. And I'm going to hop over, hop up, and down. We've got a lot of hopping and jumping going on today.
Yeah, we do.
Up and down and one over. Okay, this time I'm going to do it the way I told you.
Okay.
I'm going to catch the down, And this is going to have a completely different look because of that offset.
Right. You know, it just shows how versatile this design is, though, because you can make it fit in any block.
Exactly. And it doesn't have to be just in a square. I'm going to come all the way across. Ooh, forgot that was a big one.
Another design element.
Yep. Now, I did shred my thread there because I was coming from right to left so much, and my needle's probably not in perfectly straight. But so that's a reason why maybe you would rather do a stitch path where you did the come down, come over, hop up and down, over, up, down, over. That way you're not going right to left in such a consistent way.
Right.
Okay? Now, what happens if you accidentally forget one of these? Is it the end of the world?
No.
You can always go back in and add another thing.
Absolutely.
Might not be a completely continuous, but it will get done.
Repeat it in 2 other places in the block and it's a design element, right?
I meant to skip that part.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Okay, so I really like that. That is really fun. I love how it shows, once again, how this design can fit in squares, rectangles, you know, it's very versatile.
Yeah, it doesn't show you any triangles on that one, but that's okay. Because our next block, we are going to work in triangles.
Let's move to that one.
Okay.
All right, so the next block we're moving to is are these fun pinwheels?
Yes, so I'm going to pull out my basting.
Always so much fun. But important to do before you start stitching so you don't accidentally catch something.
I'm pulling out the bottom, pulling it up as well. Okay, so these pinwheels, this is actually the halfway point. There's 3 more rows above it. But I can't, in my throat space, get to all of those. So I'm just going to work with what I can.
Okay.
Now this is going to be tricky because I've got to figure out exactly how I want to stitch this so I don't miss spots. Because, you know, I've never done anything like that.
Never.
Ever. Okay, so I want to start in my top left.
Okay.
I'm going to come across, and I'm going to draw this out for you, and then I'm going to go and stitch it completely different.
Hey, just showing alternate ways. I love it.
Exactly. Okay, for this one, I'm going to try to remember to do one side of each triangle coming across. So I'm going to come up 1, over 1, down 1. Now I'm going to come back and do 2.
Okay.
Wait, I did 2 on that one. This time I'm going to do 1. Now I'm going to do 2. Now I'm going to do 1. So I'm alternating there.
Okay.
Okay, same thing. 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 1. 1, 2. But I'm not going to go up. I'm going to go down to this next one.
Okay.
Let's see. So this is where it gets kind of tricky. I'm going to do this side. 1, 2, and I'm going to quit counting because I'm confusing myself. Up. Okay, I'm going to grab this last one on that one. This one's got 2 on it to get. 1, 2. I'm going to do this entire thing here.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, and now I'm back to this one so I can finish up this row and finish up that row.
Awesome. So start and stop at the same point. I love it.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, now let's see how I'm actually going to stitch it. Sometimes I get going and it's just fun, you know?
You just go in the direction that you feel moved to go.
Whichever direction the machine feels like moving. Okay, so this is continuous curve in a triangle. Okay, so I'm going to come over 1, hitting that point. I'm going to come down 1. Now I'm going to do 2. This one I'm going to do all 3. finished off that triangle. Okay, I'm going to come over one. Finish that triangle. I'm not going to finish this one, but I'm going to move to the next row. Now I was playing with this one earlier, and there's like an infinite number of ways that you could do this one.
Yeah.
Woo, got a little wobble there. Okay, what did I do here? I didn't want to finish this guy yet. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to come down to this one.
Right.
Okay, so.
I like that you paused to figure out where you needed to go next when you weren't sure. You can always do that,
time.
right?
Yep, got that little start-stop button. Mm-hmm. Use it. Okay, I'm gonna finish off this triangle. Finish off this one. Okay, this one I'm gonna do 2 to finish it. Okay, here I want to jump in and get this entire triangle here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now I'm on the home stretch. I've just got to finish up getting up to that top where I started. Voila. Now that whole section is done, and I can just advance or roll back, do the exact same thing in that top section, iron off my markings, and I'm going to call that one good.
It looks so great. I love that continuous curve in triangles.
Yep. If I really wanted to, I could even change my thread colors and come back and do the same thing in the white.
Are you planning to do that, or?
Well, I wasn't, but now I'm looking at it thinking maybe I should, because that's a pretty open space there.
Yeah.
I think I might do that.
All right.
Yeah, we'll see how it turns out.
Yeah. Well, Kristina, that was a lot of fun. Seeing that continuous curve.
Yep.
Such a classic design. I love how you showed us how to do it in something other than just like a 9-patch, a really basic, different shapes.
Yep, and then the other block that I showed was just kind of on a diagonal and just trying to figure out where I wanted to do the stitching and finding that pathway. But yeah, that continuous curve design works in so many places.
It really does. It's such a great design.
And you can change the scale of it too.
Exactly.
So it can be little itty bitty or really big.
Thanks for watching today. Be sure to stick around so you can see some of our favorite quilts from Instagram this week. They were all tagged with hashtag Handi Quilter. If you'd like to have your quilt featured, be sure and use that hashtag, hashtag Handi Quilter. And we just might pick yours for one of our upcoming videos. Be sure to give us a like and subscribe, and have fun quilting.